There is a big, the other day I posted a video that I saw online of some young man who was being slapped, happy slapped by a soldier, whether that was a cadet soldier or a commissioned soldier, I don't know. But the important thing is that this person was in army uniform and he was slapping this hapless minor silly. And I said, believe it or not, when I was in Oscars as a 16-year-old boy in Oscars in Ife, 16-year-old boy, I was similarly slapped by a police officer. It's nothing new. That's the Nigerian state in its naked form. It doesn't pretend to be anything but that. And you, even though you might delude yourself, that is what it is. In my youth, Abiola's children were slapped by Air Force officers, despite all of his monies and influence. That is because Nigeria is found on impunity. So it's completely normal to me. So when they started the protest, thought nothing of it, then it became quite intriguing because whilst they started with EndSARS, it soon snowballed, end impunity. I said, aha, these kids are beginning to get it. Said, end bad governance, I laughed. End corruption. What became as a single issue protest became a revolution in disguise. The revolution had told our friends that we were sleeping through. So instead of us to have prepared and offered the people an opportunity for change, we became reactionaries in the moment when we should have demanded substantive change of the Nigerian state. Reactionaries, I say, because, and this is where we need to stay awake. We need to stay awake. I say we are reactionaries because the Nigerian state spent time, committed resources, great resources, to making sure that the people forget what it did at Lekki Toll Gate. Lekki Toll Gate was in the first place where the Nigerian state had displayed its brutality, murderous brutality. I'll remind you that a few years before, Buratai's convoy had murdered over 430 Shia Muslims. Those are in my figures. Those are figures that comes directly from the Kaduna State Commission of Inquiry. So, Lekki was merely something that they believed had to be done. But we, who were sleeping through the revolution, who ought to have known that that was what the system would do, what did we offer the people? Even when the state turned around and started denying and playing all sorts of propaganda games, hounded DJ Switch out of the country, I salute the courage of the victims who came out. Abira Ayuku, who coordinated the victims, Baba Ogunlano for his tirelessness, Ayo Atemilui, the Revolution Now crew, and a host of others. The truth came out. Every member, hear this, every member of the Lagos panel were appointees of Jide Sanwo-Olu. Every one of them. Some came from the State Ministry of Justice. But the unanimous finding of their panel is that there was a massacre at Lekki Toll Gate. I don't need them to tell me that. I know that already because I had to deal with survivors. Both those who were injured, scarred for life, amputees, and those who have been psychologically affected because they witnessed and survived this. But the victims themselves, and I speak to the society, they slept through it because we also allowed them to sleep through it. The Nigerian state fed them lies, desensitized them to the humanities of the victims. The fact that the Lagos state government, through Jide Sanwo-Olu, paid cash totaling 100 million to victims proves the lies of their public denials. You hear me? It proves the lies. Let them deny it. Those of us who knew what happened at Lekki Toll Gate and in many places, just as an example, because it's just one more example of what the Nigerian state is capable of. Those of us who are familiar with this will realize that in the absence of a resolve to bear arms, we have to weaponize our PVC. The system claims that it is a democracy. The first duty of a democracy is the sanctity of the vote. So we sought to reconnect you to your PVC. And because of that, we started begging you to go and register to vote. We believed that if we cannot get this peacefully on the street, we should be able to get it peacefully at the polls, because it was clear, and it remains clear, that the way and current trajectory of the Nigerian state is not sustainable. Something has to give if Nigeria is to be saved. We cannot continue the way we are, the way we already were in that season. This was clear to all of us. And it was on this basis that we sought to connect you to your PVC. Of course, the illusion of a free and fair electoral process predicated on IREV, polling level results uploaded real time. Some of us who lived through the option A4 of June 12, 1993, we thought we were going to see it in digital form, you know. The Nigerians were finally going to be able to express their rights as citizens. Because for me, that is the foundation, your franchise, your vote. That is the foundation of your citizenship. I say it, we won. No matter how hard anyone might struggle to rewrite history, the fact is, we won. We won so convincingly that in Lagos State, INEC till today is incapable of providing the Form EC8A, which are the polling unit level result sheets, till today. And I challenge them to bring them out. Till today. That's how convincing the victory was. And you know something else? It had them so scared that Oro had to come out to bring back Orojide. So let's not be kidding ourselves and be trying to rewrite history. We won convincingly across Nigeria. It wasn't Peter Obi that won. It was the Nigerian people. We won in Nasarawa. We won. It wasn't the Labour Party. It was the disadvantaged across Nigeria, the victims of Nigeria, across the length and breadth of Nigeria. We won. No amount of rewriting, editorial work is going to rewrite the history of what took place on the 25th of February. We won. We won. We won convincingly. We won. The quantum of our victory, I'm not INEC. If they ever elect to let IREV work, they know the quantum. Some organizations in Nigeria also claim to know the votes. I challenge those who claim they know it. Let them release it. We won convincingly. We won. The people won. It wasn't Peter Obi. That's the point I've labored to make for a few people. It wasn't about Peter Obi. Peter Obi was merely a totem. Before the election, after the election, he remains but a totem. If he deviates from the path that he has locked himself into, lockstep with the people, desirous of the same changes as the people, somebody else will take his place. If I fall tomorrow, somebody else will take my place. Nobody is sacrosanct. It is the ideas and ideals of change, which leads me to something else I've been meaning to say for a bit. We're already in a repressive regime. If anybody ever come for me, let nobody ever start any argument about free this, free that. Don't free me. I'll take my chances with the same court system. We won. Nobody is going to rewrite this history. This is the part where I'm saying, wake up. Jima soon. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. Wake up. Stay your mind up. You understand? Keep it awake. Stay awake. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. We won. And anybody who says that we didn't, any shred of evidence that they have, let them bring it out. We won. We won. Even those who stole the victory, they know. And anyone who continues to say that we are graduate, we didn't win, let them bring out what they have. Let them bring it out. At least if they brought out something, we would have something to argue with. Even INEC has not been able to bring out a result of until date. Till date, nothing from INEC. Nothing. I repeat it, nothing. Go to the site. So if anybody has this and says that what we are claiming is wrong, let them bring it out. Long before there was a Peter Obi. So it was always important that the Nigerian judiciary be brought to the market space and allowed to introduce itself for exactly what it is. And it did. It did. But regardless of what it said, fact remains, we won. The state did its bit. But the question is this: what's the end game? The end game is to keep you awake. This is just so that by the time the next cycle comes around, you all stay awake in the understanding that what we seek and what we should all focus on are not persons, but substantive change to the way we do things, to the way we are, to the way we're currently living, to the choices we've made as a society.